Welcome. We are exploring the project undertaking for the steps of Vedic Mathematics Referencer. We want to reach at a series of steps to have a compilation of Vedic Mathematics Referencer. The aim of this compilation is that we should be in a position to settle the textbooks. In other words, we want to settle the teaching and learning steps of Vedic mathematics as a mainstream discipline of instructions at schools and higher levels. Looking from any angle, the human body itself, the geometric format of human body, the Pinda Satta, becomes the prominent feature of our existence phenomenon. It also emerges as the prominent feature of the entire exercise of teaching and learning. Therefore, the first step, the initiation point for our compilation and our whole exercise of settling the sequential steps for teaching and learning of Vedic mathematics takes us to the conclusion that the geometric format of human body, Pinda Satta, or as such the human body itself, deserves to be taken up as the initiation point. We have to begin with the human body, and we shall aim to reach up till sun. As such, the second sequential step with this initiation will be of a reach point of Surya. So push human body, existence phenomenon, to Surya, the solar universe existence phenomenon, get connected as a starting point and a reach point. The next sequential steps emerges to be that we should be in a position to have a proper comprehension of the solar universe as a setup of northern and southern hemispheres, and as such we have to concentrate upon one hemisphere at a time, and the enlightenment preserved in Srimad Bhagavad Gita is that we have to have a chase of the format of a tree with roots upwards. It is just like the tree in India is having roots in America, and the tree in America is having roots in India, and both the trees, when are viewed from the respective hemispheres, these are of the format of the roots being downwards and the branches and other parts are of upward. Now, therefore, the third step in this sequence of chase will be of the format of a tree with roots upwards. Then the next fourth step will be the axis of the earth around which the earth is revolving and is making day and night for us. The final fifth step in this order of this initiation of chase is the timeline unit, and the Vedic systems accept 5 years duration as the timeline unit. It is designated as Sanvantar, and it is this Sanvantar unit which is the unit of the Lagd, Rigved, Yajur, Jyotish Vedang, as well as of Lagd, Rigved, Jyotish Vedang. These 5 steps with this starting point is recommended. This is to be achieved by the sequential chase of the first 5 Ganita Sutras, Ekadhikeन Purve, Nikhlim Navastacharmam Dashata, Udharv Tiryakbhyam, Pravartya Yojet, and Shunyam Same Samuchya. The art of learning, art of teaching of Vedic mathematics, preserved as Ganita Sutras, and our practical appreciation of the existence phenomenon that the brain is within a head. Head is an organ of a body, and as such, body itself is the first stage of exposure for the brain itself. It is the first point of chase, it is the first point of interaction. Therefore, it is the starting point. And when we are at a human body, and when we see that Ekadhikein would mean a sequential progression, so how it is to be applied, how it is to be availed, how it is being implemented, and how the learning about the human body can be in terms of this sutra is to be matched properly, to be comprehended properly, to be absorbed properly, to be imbibed properly, to be communicated properly. And these teaching and learning values of Vedic mathematics are going to be the ultimate success index of the discipline of Vedic mathematics. Now we see that we are having 5 stages of schooling, of disciplines, of instruction through formalized instructions. It is pre-preliminary stage, which is called an informal stage, where the parents are the natural teachers. Then it is a primary stage, say up to 1st to 5th standard. Then it is a middle stage of 6th to 8th standard. Then the high school is 9th to 10th standards, and higher secondary from say 11th to 12th standard. All these features in terms of these sutras have to sequentially unfold themselves. The learning about human body is to be sequentially at all the 5 stages. The learning in terms of the sutras, beginning with Sutra 1 as well. Sutra 1 as well too is to sequentially unfold itself at its 5 stages. So learning of pre-primary stage about human body in terms of Ekadhikein Purve is one phase. Learning at primary stage about human body in terms of Ekadhikein Purve is another stage. A step ahead, middle stage learning about human body in terms of Ekadhikein Purve is the third stage. And like that, all these 5 stages of learning about all these 5 phases of reach in terms of these 5 steps available, in fact are having a combinations of a 5 cross 5 cross 5 is equal to of value 25. How this value 125 is to be organized, how these 125 steps are to be chased, how these are to be sequentially formatted is the challenge for sadhakas who are fulfilled with the intensity of urge to compile a Vedic mathematics referencer, who want to settle the textbooks, the phased textbooks, who want to settle the training programs for the teachers of Vedic mathematics at all these 5 stages. All these are the issues, all these are the confrontation, concentrated situations to be faced and to be answered by all of us. And as such, we have to go in an organized way of making groups approach. So when we are at human body teaching in terms of Ekadike and Purvain, for all these 5 stages of learning and teaching, then accordingly we shall have a different groups having the assignment of the responsibility for giving us this compilation tabulations as Vedic Mathematics Referencer. Likewise, when we will be reaching at the next phase, and then we want to approach it in terms of the Ganita Sutra-1 itself, it again will a stage of confrontation of more enrichment. For this all, initial technique aids with us will be the fingers of hands, colors, symbols, numbers, and bodies. It is in fact a very big challenge. This challenge is the challenge of mental teaching. Vedic mathematics is a mental mathematics. This mental mathematics, Vedic mathematics as a mental mathematics, is of such steps that the entire universal domain of the entire existence phenomenon, including of the existence phenomenon within human body, stands covered. And this coverage is by the mind in terms of the brain and its creation of an intelligence field. Therefore, the entire gamut, the entire domain, the entire range of processing, the entire reach of compilation is as big as is the universe itself, and simultaneously it is as unified as is the human body itself. Therefore, it is as big as is the Brahman, and it is as unified as is the pind, the body itself. It is this coordination, it is this parallel formatting, it is this coordinated range of values which are to be chased by us. This chase is a very big change. It is a very big challenge. This challenge is to be accepted by the state. It is to be taken as an institutionalized exercise, and this institutionalized exercise is to be a reasonable time span of the order expected for this chase. Individual efforts, no doubt, are going to be the basic index of the achievement, but these individual efforts are to be put under a institutionalized frame. Therefore, the conclusion which comes to be that the exercise, the project of Vedic Mathematics Referencer, aiming to reach at proper setup to have Vedic mathematics as mainstream discipline of knowledge, comes to be, the conclusion comes to be that state shall intervene immediately, state shall take the initiative, it shall be taken the responsibility of a state, so that this entire project is put under the responsibility as an institutional exercise. So institutionalized approach for the compilation of Vedic Mathematics Referencer is the first need. Once it is a policy decision, a state policy decision, that Vedic mathematics is to be taken as the medium of instructions, as a discipline of a knowledge, as a mainstream teaching subjects at schools and colleges, then the next step of natural consequence would be to have entrustment of this responsibility to a group of professionals, trusted professionals, dedicated professionals, intellectually blissful reach of these enlightened souls undertaking this responsibility. And once this responsibility stands entrusted and stands accepted, and the group, that institution starts functioning, then the next step will be that there shall be a policy decision command for the institutional chase and reach within a frame of a given timetable. So entire exercise is to be framed within the realistic duration, realistic timetable for completion of the project is to be announced. Everybody in the institution having this responsibility as professionals, and otherwise for whom this whole project is being undertaken, the entire aim of the project should be clear to the public at large, the beneficiaries, and everybody for whom this project is being undertaken should be of very specific, clear designs. With it, the next step of taking it as a formal initiation of introduction of Vedic mathematics as a discipline of knowledge be given a proper push, proper start. Once this subject stands introduced, then its evaluation, the continuous evaluation, will be required, as this discipline is a discipline of ancient wisdom. It is the discipline which has been in a dormant state for the last few centuries. Therefore, the regular supervision, regular evaluation, regular updating, the regular meeting the obstructions coming in the way in the process of implementations is equally important step for having success of this particular project. Let us sit comfortably. Let us permit the transcending mind to glimpse through this entire exercise from the initial stage of conceptualization of this project, from the stage of initiating the proper exercise for all the steps needed for the completion of this project, and then a few individuals as individuals as well be spotted, so that each individual without prejudice from any other individual will give his own vision. The independent sources of vision from enlightened individuals will help the institutionalized group to have a proper perspective, and the ultimate aim of bringing back Vedic mathematics for the attainment of the original glory of the Vedas. Entire Vedic literature has not reached us. We want to revive all those scriptures which have not reached us, and for this big exercise we have to be continuously under transcendental state of functioning, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts for this project shall prepare themselves with individual initiative and responsibilities, and let us see that India, the land of Vedas, is blessed with the original glory of Vedas, Vedic knowledge, Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies for our happy existence phenomenon. Thank you very much.